What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Billshowto. So today I've got for you guys a review on a Ryobi line trimmer that is, in my opinion, the absolute best line trimmer out on the market for so many reasons. By the end of this video, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out there that are extremely disappointed with their line trimmer simply because it can't do what this one here can. Let's do this. Alright guys, so at first glance this looks like any other line trimmer. It's a 2-stroke motor, 25cc. It's got your little trigger here. We've got an on and off switch. This has got a zip start or easy start, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to start easier. It's got a nice foam handle here. The ergonomics on it are awesome. And then on the other side, we've also got a bump feed. So this is very important. I'll get into that a little bit later. But this section here is what most people tend to overlook. What we've got here is a little section that can be split off. Now, most people tend to look at this and they'll think, oh, we can just pull this apart. It's easier for storage or easier for transportation. That is true. But most people don't realize that this split shaft allows you to put on attachments. So some people might be thinking, what kind of attachments could you possibly put on a line trimmer? You can put a chainsaw or a pruner on there. You can put a blower on there. You can put an edger on there to get nice clean edges against concrete. You can also put a hedger on there. Guys, you can even put a cultivator on here. If you want to dig up some soil in your garden bed or on your turf, this thing here will allow you to do all of that. Not only that, but the attachments work unbelievably well. So this is what I am here to share with you guys. So let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so now we've got that quick spill out of the way. What I'm going to show you guys now is a few of the attachments that I've got. I'll also show you guys some demonstrations of these units being used. And on top of that, I'll also have an unboxing. The reason why I've got an unboxing isn't because somebody sent me a Ryobi line trimmer to unbox. It's simply because I bought one about 6 months after buying this one. As stupid as it sounds, I love this unit so much, I went out and bought another one. When I went out to my local hardware store, which happens to be Bunnings, when I went there, they actually had some on sale for some reason. I think it's because the box was damaged, so I got it almost half price. So I would have been stupid not to buy it at that point. I've bought a second line trimmer and also a blower attachment. So I'll run into the attachments first, show you guys a quick spill on how those things work, and then I'll get onto the unboxing. Alright guys, so the first attachment on the list is the blower attachment. Now this weird looking thing here is the blower attachment. When I first bought it, I thought it was actually going to underperform. I'm 100% honest with you guys. That is why I do these reviews, because they've exceeded my expectation every single time. The specs say it'll blast 225 kilometers of air straight out of this unit. It simply attaches to the end of the line trimmer, which I'm going to show you guys a little bit later on how to attach it on there, and you can blast straight away as you would use a regular line trimmer. This turns into a blower, 225 kilometers of air straight out of it. It works unbelievably well. There's a new model out now called the Jet or something like that. It does the same job as far as I'm aware. I haven't actually used it, to be honest, but same thing, 225 kilometers once again. I'll put it in miles per hour on the side so you guys know and have something better to compare with. But this thing works unbelievably well. It blasts so much air. The reason why I initially bought this, and I'll give you guys a quick story, was because I had a gutter cleaning job that I had to do. The house that I was at was extremely old. The roof was corrugated iron, so it was a steel roof or iron roof, and it looked like it was rusted. There was no way I was going to stand on that roof, and there wasn't enough access on the side to be able to get a ladder up the side and try clean it all out by hands. So what I did, I bought this attachment. I thought I'll just attach it to the line trimmer. I'll stand up on the side of the house and simply aim this down into the gutters, and I'll blast all the leaves out of the gutters. I thought it was just an idea and I'll try it out. It worked unbelievably well. Blew all the leaves and mud and everything that was out of those gutters straight onto the floor, and then I was able to clean that up nice and easy. So that's just another idea, free tip for you guys. If you want to clean out your gutters, safer, easier way to do it, just blast them straight out and pick them up off the ground. So guys, this one here, I'll show you guys some quick footage. Alright guys, so the next attachment we've got is the chainsaw attachment, or what Ryobi calls pruning attachment. The reason why they say pruning is because it's not designed to be cutting down trees or, as I'm assuming, logs, things like that. It's a decent sized bar on there, 10 inch, 254 millimeters. The only thing you have to worry about is just the bar oil. So make sure you keep that nice and full. Other than that, it's got a little guard, which is pretty crappy guard to be honest, but it's something better than nothing. So this here is the chainsaw attachment. Works unbelievably well. I've been cutting some branches to about 3 to 4 inches in diameter. No problem, works perfect. Plenty of grunt from that 2-stroke motor. I haven't had the chance to use it on a decent sized log or anything like that to see if it'll cut through. I don't see why it wouldn't cut through. What it comes with is this attachment here, and in the product itself also comes with an extension pole. So you run this on the end of this side and then back onto your trimmer, or the motor side of your trimmer, and you've got a reach of 3.6 meters, which is about 12 foot. That's unbelievable. That is a huge reach. I probably wouldn't want any more of a reach than 12 foot on this thing. But once again, you can buy more attachments to this and just keep attaching and attaching and attaching. If you have somewhere really high to stretch out to, probably wouldn't recommend it, but you can if you need to. So this here is the chainsaw, and I'll show you guys some footage of that in action. So that is the chainsaw attachment, guys, and as you've seen in the video, I was also kind of using it in a form of hedging. So those small leaves that are on the side, I was trimming down a tree, and I can just slice that straight down along the side of the tree, cut the branches, cut the leaves, no problem. This chainsaw works great. The next thing that we've got is the actual edger. Now this thing here, I bought it, works perfect every time, but I stopped using it, to be honest, and that's simply because I figured out a better way to use just a standard line trimmer and use that to get my nice clean edges. So the way this thing here works, it's got a wheel on the side that runs along the side of the concrete. So if we imagine this piece of timber here is the concrete, you run the wheel along the side, the blade simply cuts straight through and gives you those nice clean edges. Like I said, I stopped using it, so I haven't got any footage of this in use because I figured out how to do it with the line trimmer, and I'll put that up whenever I get a chance, teach you guys how to get perfect edges using your line trimmer alone. So these are the attachments that I've got, apart from the bump feed and whatever else comes in the standard box, which I'm going to open up next. Like I said, there's still more attachments that you can buy. You can buy brushes for this, so you can clean up the concrete driveway. You can buy a cultivator to be able to dig up your garden. You can also buy a hedger. There's a lot of different attachments that you can buy for these, and the top thing about this is that you can also use them on your battery powered garden tools. So anyway, let's get straight into unboxing the next one. Alright guys, so this one here is the second line trimmer that I told you guys I had. I went and had a quick look. That is all that was wrong with it. So you can see that it's got the boxes a little bit ripped on the bottom. That is absolutely all that was wrong with it, and that's why they marked it down. So hopefully we'll wait for this to focus. I think it was previously $250 and then they dropped it down to $120 simply for that damaged box. This thing here doesn't want to focus. There we go. So from $250 to $120, less than half price. Unbelievable. Thank you very much, Bunnings Warehouse. So it always pays to shop around and have a look at those discounted areas. I don't really care about the box, to be honest, but anyway, let's open this up and see what's inside. Alright, so this one here is the brand new unit, nice and clean. I really would like to start it, but to be honest, I want to kind of save it until I need to use it. So what I want to show you guys is basically what attachments come with it. So if we have a look inside, by the looks of it, we've got our nice rubber handle, the owner's manual that nobody reads. It comes with a big guard and a small guard by the looks of it. So on the inside here, we've got our 2-stroke oil, and we've got also the single piece feed. So These ones here, I don't know anybody that still uses these, to be honest. I really don't like them. So in case you guys haven't seen the single feed and you're only familiar with the bump feed, this one here comes in single strands of line for the line trimmer. The way you put this in, simply slot it in the side of the hole over here. Once you push that through, you can hear it clicking. Keep feeding it through and then it'll come up on this side here. So you can see there we've got the little excess over here. We do the same on the other side. Feed it through. Once again, it feeds through, and that is how you attach the line on these ones here. When it comes time to replace it, simply pull it back out. The problem I find with these, they're always snapping, continuously snapping, and I'm forever having to get some new line and feed it, remove it, feed it, remove it. So that's why I don't like these ones here. Bump feed is definitely the way to go. If you're not sure what bump feed is, basically you preload all your line inside, and whenever you run out of line, you simply push it down as you rev onto the ground, just tap it onto the ground, and that it helps you pull out the line. So if I just push that down, should be able to pull that line out again, and I can continuously keep pulling that line out. So bump feed is definitely the way to go. There's not as much in here as I remembered, to be honest. I think with the one that I purchased, came with a brush cutter, which once again I never used. So this is the bulk of it here, guys. Mainly just this stuff here. So we've got the small guard, the 2-stroke oil, and we've also got a big guard, and then the single feed, which hopefully nobody else uses. But this is what you can expect to get into your product, guys. I really don't want to damage this box more than it already is. I'm going to put it all back together, but just to show you guys exactly what it looks like brand new in the packaging, now you guys know. And here is the blower that I purchased. So I remember telling you guys that I also got a secondary blower. Once again, I think this one here was just before they brought out the new model of the blower, so that's why I probably got it discounted. But if we have a look down the bottom, if I can clean this mud off, it was $95 previously, and it went back down to $50. So really cheap investment, very happy with that. And that is my brand new Ryobi line trimmer. So the way you put on the attachments is by using this little locking section here on the split shaft. You turn this knob over to the left, that opens up the clamp, allowing you to put in your attachment. So whichever attachment it is that you wanted to put on, simply slot that in place like this. This one here is actually a little bit lower than it should be. So if we just slot that in, there's a little locking pin that you'll hear click. Once that's done, then you can tighten that back over to the right. That'll tighten up the clamp, and then you're ready to go. So there you have it, guys. That's my Ryobi line trimmer. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video and learned something new. A lot of people surprisingly still don't know that there are attachments that you can put on your line trimmer. So that's why I wanted to do this video, show you guys what exactly your line trimmer is capable of, or Ryobi in that case. There's a lot of other brands that are also doing it. So I know Homelight does it. Honda's even doing it now. But surprisingly, a lot of the designs for the blower and even the new design of the blower and the chainsaw, they're almost exactly the same. So it's very interesting to see if the make is exactly the same. But at the end of the day, Ryobi does its job perfectly well. Probably been about 1.5 to 2 years since I've purchased this line trimmer, and it's still working fine every single day. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching. Bill's out too.